always good to beat your rival. You win a 3-2 game where defense lets them up, where a couple of strong defensive plays, really sealed the game for you.
Yeah, I mean, Hill's playing left field, and then obviously Vaughn's play at the end of the game. Like I was telling them, I mean, I've seen a lot of games here, and both in the stands scouting them when we used to be able to, and sitting in that dugout over there, they have a way to be able to create some mojo to come back. So, when you can beat them, it's very difficult to beat them here. It always has been. So when you get one, you got to savor it a little bit, and regardless of how we got it, we will take it. I thought Andrew gave up some free opportunities early. Davis made him pay, and then we kind of crawled back in. With Hampson was really good tonight. He had really good at bats, and we took good at bats against Kuhl at that one point in the seventh, and then they gave us a couple opportunities as well. So, it's kind of a hit, take a blow, hit, take a blow, but it's a good win. It's a good win.
And that's kind of what this series is all about, isn't it? Where, one team will make a great play. They made a couple of nice defensive plays. The other team will make a couple of nice defensive plays.
Yeah.
And just back and forth, one-run games like you see today. Is this kind of the type of game that you're used to in this series?
Well, we on our end need to make it more competitive. I mean, over the course of the body of work. Now, we have they're the benchmark. I don't really care how it's put. Santa Barbara's playing well, and Cal Poly's playing well, but the bottom line is you still got to beat these guys, and they're hard to beat. And when you do that, then you make everything back to, if you want, normal as well. So we still have a ways to go, both on competitiveness and just playing consistent baseball. So it is tight, so it is exciting, and it kind of gets back to the national rivalry that it has. But still, regardless of how you slice it, the guys down the street from us, it's a big series. I mean, it is a big series, and I think we're crawling our way back. It's a big win because we need to go through these guys as well as everybody else, and we've got to believe that we can beat them. And I think that's the statement that these guys got to take away from, but you got to play 9 innings in order to do it because it's tough.
And what do you think about your team so far, just the way you've been able to beat some really quality teams this season? Your record, not great, 11-10, but you guys always play a very tough schedule. And after that opening weekend against Vanderbilt, you guys have been in every series, have been either competitive or taking the series each weekend.
Right. Yeah. I think there's been a slow progression of improvement as the season has gone along. Vanderbilt, I think a lot of teams are going to struggle with those arms. That first weekend, they're very special. But at the same time, I think our job is to continue to get better, and that's kind of what we're looking for. I thought we played really good against Indiana in a lot of our facets, but then we didn't play very good against Loyola. So we have to continue the chain, if you will, in order to continue, like stringing at bats together or stringing consecutive pitches together or innings. We've got to do that with our games in our areas of defense, pitching, and taking good at bats and scoring runs. So that's all I'm looking for as we get moving on, is we play consistently better on more consistent, and we play better, on a consistent basis as much as anything.
And what do you think so far that you've seen from Rohrbach? He's a guy that, little fanfare coming into the season, and he's really stepped up and taken over that role as your Saturday guy with a couple injuries, giving him a chance.
Yeah, I think the injuries definitely allowed him to step in there, and I think the other part is he's young. I mean, not age-wise per se, but he's young on innings, and his ability to learn every time he goes out there. He's freakishly athletic. He's got arm speed. He just has to be able to continue to grow and learn every time he goes out there, so you see improvement as the season goes along. But he's done a very nice job. He's kept us in a lot of games. I mean, the only game I think was Vanderbilt, where I think he gave up like 4 or 5 in one inning, but other than that, he's done a really good job, so it's been a nice surprise. Yeah.
And another guy that's new to the club this season, Garrett Hampson, has been really your table setter. He's doing a little bit of everything for you, playing pretty good defense out there as well.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he is everything that was advertised, and the head coach at Reno High School, Pete Savage, is a good friend of mine, and he I don't think he undersold him, but pretty darn close, because he has been completely steady. He has not played like a freshman. and arguably he's one of our best players, if not our best player on the position player side. He's taking at bats, taking care of the ball, speed all the way around, and we're very fortunate to have him. He solidifies that position to get us kind of back into building around it now instead of trying to figure out what we're going to do there. So he's a special guy, man. He's a special player. I really, really enjoy watching him play.
And a strong game tonight with two doubles down the left full line. Really set up you guys getting back in the game after they took the early lead. And then a guy that has played shortstop for you, Michael Hill, you put him in left field. Last week I see him drop just a routine fly ball, hits him right in the glove. This week he comes out and makes a spectacular catch to save the game. What has been the transition like for him moving to the outfield after being an infielder the last couple of years?
Well, I think the first thing is Michael has taken what's best for the team, not what's best for Michael Hill. And I quite honestly believe that he's going to be an outfielder at the next level. And I think he's just naturally, besides that drop against Indiana, he's played really good outfield. I put him in center, we put him in right and inner squads, and he plays left field. He's very, very versatile for us. So, maybe he has to have harder plays, but he got a really good jump on that ball tonight because I'm sitting right down here, and he got a hell of a jump to make that play because that ball was cutting away from him, and that was a really good play. So, I tip my hat to Michael because, he took what's best for our team to be able to get some other pieces in there, so he's done a good job.